So yeah, you can open your camera. Okay, so welcome back to it's okay. Welcome back to Plan 258A. Yeah. Today we'll discuss about decision analysis under utility and utility theory, and then introduction to game theory. So all the materials are in Moodle already, so you can check on your
Prof,
phone.
the audio is a little mumbled,
Oh, really?
a little unclear, the audio. We can hear you, but the quality is a little fuzzy.
Right. So,
Thank you, Prof.
thank you. Thanks for your feedback. Yeah. So, let's discuss about. So you can follow this in Moodle. Okay, so today we'll discuss about decision analysis under utility theory. Okay. We'll talk about two complex problem and then attitude to risk, okay, utility and utility function, and then we'll discuss about expected utility, and then CE or certain equivalent and risk premium. So last time what we discussed was decision under certainty, under uncertainty, and then decision under risk, right? So here it is today. It is decision under utility. Okay, and next time we'll discuss about game theory. Okay. Now, suppose you have choices. Okay. Option A, okay, you are guaranteed to get 60,000. In option B, okay, there is 50% chance you will gain 150,000, and then 50% chance you will lose 30,000. So, which option do you prefer? Okay. So if we draw the decision tree, something like this. Okay. So the decision would be 100% to get 60,000. And then if you choose B, okay, so there is 50% you will gain 150 or 50% you will lose 30,000. So tell me, which one do you choose? You can type your answer in the chat. Okay, so some of you will prefer direct guarantee payoff. Are you sure you only want 60,000 instead of 150,000? Option A is guarantee payoff at 60,000. Option B is a gamble. Okay, you can either gain much higher or lose. Oh, okay. 2A. How about the others? Can you type your answer here again? Everyone A? Nobody choose B? Anyone choose B? Oh, okay. Ah, Why do you choose A?
Sir, I'm risk averse.
Okay. Okay. So you're risk averse, so it's better to get 60,000 than um, losing 30,000.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. Okay. But some are risk taker, so they want to choose option B. Anyway, if you calculate the expected value, the AV or expected monetary value, they are the same, exactly, right? So, okay, so you already choose something here. Let's ask another problem. So, what happened if you there is a perception difference between 60,000 success and negative 30,000 failure, and then 60,000 success and 150,000 success. So if you feel that X is actually greater than Y, then you will select A, otherwise you will select B. Right? So in this lesson, you will learn how to quantify that feeling. Okay. So let's discuss again another problem, which is called two gambling. Okay. Earlier, we talked about between gambling and shorting, which one you choose. You said, I choose shorting. Okay. I'm risk averse. Okay. Now, between two gambles, okay. Gamble A, you will win 100,000, but the probability is very small. Okay, just 1%, and then you will win nothing with probability 99%. In gamble B, okay, you will win 2,000 only, but probability is quite high, 50%, or win nothing also with probability also 50%. So, which gamble do you prefer among the two? So, some of you choose gamble B. How about the others? Okay, anyone choose A? Surety only. What is your choice? Come on, you just type them in the chat. Okay. Oh, you like 2,000 instead of 100,000. Both of them are gamble. The only difference is probability. Okay, so seems like all of you choose B. So what happened? Okay. So you prefer 2,000 with a higher probability compared to 100,000 with only small probability. If you compute the expected value, okay, based on risk, again, they are the same. So if we draw the decision tree, okay, and expected value, again, these are the decision tree. Right? Gamble A, win of 1%, 100,000, lose 99%. Gamble B, win of 50%, 2,000, and then lose 50% at zero payoff. Okay, so expected value is exactly the same, 1,000. So if you just use a previous lesson about decision under risk, which is maximizing the expected value, EV, okay, you cannot decide. But look, you still decide P, isn't it? Yeah, you used to decide combo P. So uh, if you decided to select combo 1, okay, that means you are risk lover. Okay. If you are decided to choose gamble B, that means you are risk averse. Okay. So you prefer safer option, okay, than higher reward. Now, again, in decision analysis, okay, decision analysis theory will not help you to decide. Okay, it will just show you who you are, okay, in terms of attitude toward risk. In this case, we are discussing about 3 types of decision maker: risk averse, risk neutral, or risk taker. Okay. Yeah. So you may be a win sooner, right? So what is the risk averse? Risk averse mean comparing between gamble and shorting, you prefer shorting. You are risk averse. Okay. And if all the alternative are gamble, so there is no choice but to choose between 2 gambles with the equal EV, of course, you will prefer safer gamble. Okay. Now, if one gamble have higher EV and then the others, of course, you will select the gamble with lower EV if it appears risky. So these are the characteristic of a risk averse person. Okay. Now, risk neutral, you are indifferent about shorting and gamble. Okay. Between 2 alternative or gambles, again, you are indifferent. And if one gamble have higher EV than the others, you will select higher EV. While risk taker prefer gambles to shorting, right? And if the alternative are both gambles with equal EV, you prefer riskier gamble. Right? And if one gamble have higher EV than the others, you will choose gamble with higher EV. Okay, so utility theory is an approach or methodology, okay, to assess this kind of risk attitude quantitatively. Okay. Today, you will learn how to quantify your own preference toward particular outcomes. So, okay, in a few minutes, I want you to fill up this kind of table, okay, either in Excel or in Notepad. Okay, say you have a payoff, okay, between 2,000 to 500. Say this is in dollar. Okay. The actual number is up to you to fill up, but this is just an example so that you can go all the way together. Okay, so I just fill up this value between 2,000 and then I reduce it to 1,000, I reduce it to 500 and so on. Okay, and then until minus 500. Okay. Now, when you want to create utility, the maximum payoff that you can get, put it 1. The minimum payoff that you can get, you put it 0. Okay, and then this is an example of my number, but of course yours will be different. So you fill up this value. Okay, this one. Can you fill up this value? Everyone, yeah, and then you show. Okay, so these are the utility to measure the total worth of particular income outcome here. Okay, so of course the minimum and the maximum value must be no. And then you just put 0 and 1 there. One characteristic of utility is monotonically increasing. That means, say, if this value is in order, okay, so 0.05, okay, should be lower than 0.1. Lower or equal is fine. Okay. Again, this one must be higher and higher and higher until here. Yeah. So the value here you can fill up to you. Is this clear or not? Once you make like this, okay, your task is number 1 is to fill up. Okay, number two, can you plot this into a graph? Yeah, something like this one. Can you plot like that? Okay. Is this clear, the instruction? Okay. Everyone, okay, please make this simple exercise. Just fill up the utility value and then plot. And then you can share your screen.
So, sir, the values that we fill out are the ones from 1000 to -100 for u of
Correct.
x.
Correct.
So it's up to us any
This is
value.
up to you. In fact, that you need to think and feel. This is what I want.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Prof.
Yes. By filling up this one, we will know about our own personal feeling. And then after you graph this, okay, we'll discuss what's the meaning of that. Is that okay?
Yes, Prof. Prof, can you share the screen again? The one
Okay.
will be filling up.
Okay, I can share again. Can you see it? Actually, the numbers is up to you. You can fill up any payoff value, not necessarily negative 500 to 2000. So, but make it from negative to positive, yeah? Very negative and then positive, so that we will know what happened if loss, what happened if gain. Okay. Uh, Then you can share your screen. Okay, everyone is working on this. Okay, go.
Is my screen visible?
Oh, can we see that? Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, there. Okay. So similar, nah? Your curve is very similar to mine. Okay. So no. When negative, you are a straight line.
This one?
In the negative area, you are having a straight line here.
Yes,
Yes,
this.
yes, right. And this area, and then here you are having you are risk averse. Okay, this kind of curve means you are risk averse.
Yes, I am risk averse, Prof.
Yes. Okay, good. Yeah, thank you. So,
Thank you.
anyone else want to share screen? Yeah, this is interesting. Huh? So, by putting your own value, okay, then you can start to understand what is your attitude toward risk. Okay. Anyone else want to share screen? Maybe something different.
Prof, can I share?
Sure, sure, please. Oh, then, oops, something is wrong. Maybe because the value is too little. It means 500 and 0 increase a little bit, and then, okay. So almost, hmm,
So it
here,
means, Prof, the difference between negative 500 and 0 is too little?
no, maybe because you are putting the curve too strong. So in this case, if I can guess correctly, so in the negative area when you lose, okay, you are still risk averse. And then when you are in the positive side, again, you are still risk averse, but your risk averse curvature is not the same when it is gain and loss.
Okay.
Right. They have different values. When you perceive negative loss, and when you perceive positive, will be a little bit different. Okay, I will show you in a while. Okay, why, how can I interpret that? Okay, okay. So, okay, anyone else want to show?
Prof, I can share my screen.
Go on.
Mm,
See. So you are risk taker when it comes to the cost, but
mhm.
when it comes to the gain, you are risk averse.
That's
Based
fine.
on based on the curve, okay, I'm just reading the curve.
Okay.
Okay, when it having costs or loss, suddenly you change behavior, become a risk taker. But when you then there's a gain, so you are risk averse based on this curve. Okay. Anyone else want to show? This is not mind reading, okay? Anyone else? Okay, so I'll come back to the slide to explain why. Okay. Can you see? Okay. The utility function that we can use are as follow. Okay. So this is the value that we put on. And these are the utility function. Okay. to measure the worth by transforming the value, the payoff value, into what we call utils or utility values. So there are many models that you can use, but these are the most commonly used model, which is either polynomial or exponential. In fact, the one that I put in yellow, this is actually the one that we will use often. And if I did not tell you anything, say in the exam and so on, so you can use exponential model of risk averse. Okay, so this is the model that we can use. Okay, so why we are using exponential model of risk averse? Number one, in exponential model, you have certain parameter here R that you can adjust. Okay, if you use polynomial, you don't have any parameter. So this is the advantage of polynomial, exponential. And then why we are using risk averse model? Because okay, majority of people are risk averse. Okay, so don't feel bad when you say yourself you are risk averse, because majority of people actually risk averse. Okay, so but we can try later, okay, during our exercise to see what happens if I use polynomial, what happens if I use exponential, what happens if I change to risk averse or risk taker. Okay, so can we plot that? Okay, so this is the plot. Yeah, say I use polynomial, so square and then square root. Okay, so this is the curve. Okay, so the advantage of polynomial utility function, you can always normalize to 0 and 1. Okay, and there is no need of shape parameter. That can be advantage or disadvantage. Okay, and the problem with polynomial function is only used for gain. Okay, so because you have square root, so you cannot use it for negative value. Okay. Of course, you can scale up, okay, by adding certain value, so that the minimum will be 0. That is how to sieve. Okay. Next, how I know that you are risk taker, risk neutral, or risk averse? Yeah? That comes from the second derivative. Yeah? That the concavity of the curve. Okay, risk neutral will have straight line. Okay, straight line, that is risk neutral. Risk taker will have convex, like this, going down below the straight line. Okay? And this is the payoff, and this is your utility on the vertical axis, and horizontal axis is your payoff. Okay, then you will see when the curve is convex, like going down like this, like the green and red like this. This is risk taker. Okay. When the curve is actually concave, okay, that is risk averse. The more concave, that is the more risk averse. So this represents the degree. Okay. So we can model that. So you already did this exercise a while ago. Okay. Then you see the value that I inputted here. It's clear in here is a risk taker when I come to cost. Okay. And when it comes to gain, I suddenly become risk averse. Yeah? Like some of you probably. So by learning utility theory and filling up our own value, and then you plot it, interesting. Okay. Now you start to see in the mirror what is your attitude toward risk. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, that most used utility function is this function, exponential. Okay. So why? Because they are mostly risk averse to neutral. So if we plot this function, okay, with different value of R, okay, so you will get this is the curve. No? If R is larger, okay, it will tend to be linear. See, like 3 and 4 here, it tend to be linear. When the R is actually smaller, it tends to be concave. Okay. So, and you may ask how I get my risk tolerance parameter. Okay, so one way is to check, okay, if you have a lottery to assess this value of risk parameter. Okay, so for example, you set the win payoff is 8, okay, with certain probability, and the lose payoff is L with certain probability. And what is the payoff when you are indifferent between playing lottery and getting C with certainty? Remember the first problem that we discussed earlier? Okay, between certainty and gamble. Yeah. So on the left hand side, you get the gamble. On the right hand side, you get the certainty. Okay. So probability, you can set whatever you put there in your gamble. Okay. So in here, I put 0.5 and 0.5 like the earlier problem. Okay. And then we just input this, right? So we have utility of L is 1 minus E exponent X divided by R. So when we input this function into this equation, okay, then you can get this value. Okay. Of course, now you can find the value of risk tolerance using goal seek, or you can also use logarithm if you want. Okay, so say try this exercise, simple exercise. So say if you get high value is 1, low value is 0, and then your C is 0.5. Okay, what will be your risk tolerance? So this is my answer using goal seek, but try to use your own Excel so that we can see whether we can get it or not. Can you practice? Just practice the goal seek. Okay. You will set the target, which is the difference between left hand side and the right hand side, to be 0. The fruit store problem, many of you did not make it yet, so please make it. This is the I put here for the Excel. So we can say put H is equal 1, okay, and then L is equal 0, right, with certain probability. So in here I put 0.5 and 0.5, right? And then C is 0.5 in this example. And then you do this is the left hand side. Okay, and you see the formula here. Okay. And then the right hand side again, you see the formula. Okay. Okay. And then you get the difference between the left hand side and the right hand side. So this one you can set any value. say I put 1 in here initially. And then what we will do is, okay, we do a cool seek, right? Data, okay, cool seek. What we will do is set the difference to be 0 by changing the value of R. So I get 14. Okay. Maybe you get different number. So when you use call seek, the initial value matters. Okay? The initial R that you put there. Is this clear or not? You can calibrate your own game. Yeah. It will come gamble and certainty. And then you can set the value of the risk tolerance parameter. Anyone want to share screen, or is there any question?
Prof, what's the formula for R again?
R is a constant that we want to find.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The formula is the utility is equal to 1 minus exponent of negative x divided by R. Which you in that slide. This one. Can you see that?
Yes. So we have to rearrange the formula to get that.
So you
Alright.
can just use the left hand side and the right hand side. So you need to set up the probability, okay, for the high, the win payoff, and the lose payoff, and the value, the payoff itself. So it's L, and then the probability, and then of course the value of the indifference between, the certainty. Okay, so you have how many values? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 values that you input. Okay, the output is R, which is the risk tolerance. Once you make that, I will give you another practice. Okay, so first you make the initial. Win is 1, 0, lose, and then 50-50. And then the C is how much? 0.5. Okay. Can you make it? If you have any difficulty, you tell me so that I can help you. Can show your screen and then we can try.
Sir, sorry, what's the value for C again?
In this case, initially you can set the C 0.5, H the high value to win is 1, L is 0.
H is 1, L is
Yeah,
0.
H is 1, L is 0, and then C is 0.5, and then you put set up 0.5, 0.5 probability and for the high and low.
Thank you.
And what will be the risk tolerance there? So these are the value that you input, these 5 things. Okay, of course, the sum of this one is of course 1. Okay, so this is the formula that we got earlier. Right? This is the formula of utility value based on exponential. So I set this in HL, so you can get that. This is the probability, D4 and D5 here is the probability of H and the probability of L. Okay. And then on the right hand side, okay, you have the value of C. Okay. So you can use the same value, which is 1 minus exponent of minus C per R. Once you set up the left-hand side and right-hand side, then you can calculate the difference between the left-hand side and the right-hand side. Okay. And then you can seek, okay, the goal seek by setting the cell difference to 0 by changing this one. Okay, so anyone want to try? Just share your screen. Tell me what's the difficulty here.
Sir, can I see again the formula for the left-hand side?
R is in Moodle. Can you open your Moodle?
Okay, sir.
So formula. Formula is this one. Can you see the formula?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
This one, the last one. Yeah, this is the formula. This formula is because we use 0.5 and 0.5. Okay, but later on when we change this probability, this formula changes. And you need to make sure that you can get this tolerance.
Sir, can I share my screen?
Go.
Um, and then this is the formula from Moodle for the left-hand side and right-hand side. And then the risk tolerance is 14.12.
Okay.
And the difference is point
Yeah,
zero
very
zero
small.
zero
Yeah,
six.
just because of that. So now, okay, can I see the left hand side? Okay, good. Now, what happened if using the same screen that you have? What happened if in the practice tree there, okay, your win payoff is now 1,000 with the
The
probability
payoff.
correct. That one is 1,000. Okay, with probability of 0.25, right? And then win payoff is negative 500. Lose payoff is negative 500. And then, of course, 1 minus 0.25, the probability negative.
Oh.
Okay. Now, the payoff for certainty is 250. Okay. So now you can compute again. Just do a cool-seek again to get the R. Okay. So you set the difference with this C11, right? To 0 by changing the R. Okay, then search. Oh, become very big.
$146,585.
Yeah, whatever. Basically, okay, because we are using exponential, okay, so these numbers matter so much, become a very big number. And you can also cut, for example, you divide all of this by 100. So you will get a better risk tolerance. Okay,
Which one, sir, will I change?
the three of them, the H, L, and C. For example, you divide, become 10, this one.
10,
That one is negative 5, right?
negative 5.
Yes, and then that is divided by 2, it's 2.5. Okay, and do the same thing. Okay. When you scale by 100, the difference to 0.
Oh.
Okay, set initial value to be R is 1 or 2 or 0. R, initial R, 1.
Let me get one.
Okay. Initial value matters, yeah, in searching.
So it can be 1 or 0, Prof, to be safe.
Hmm. 0, and then the R is
1,000.
much smaller compared to a while ago. Okay. Anyway, so this risk tolerance above 4 or 5, they are indifferent. So basically linear function, remember? Yeah, thank you, Christine. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, sir.
So if you look at the slide a while ago, okay, see, so if you look at the slide here, okay, so when the R is actually 4, they are already a linear function. So it's practically risk neutral. So when it become much bigger than that, so it's just making it straight line. Okay, so when the R is actually between 0 to 3, that is probably more interesting to see that they are risk averse. Okay. Okay, so at least you know how to compute. Okay, so now we can try. Okay, what happens if we calculate the utility of the expected value? Okay, of the two Campbell's problem using polynomial utility function. Okay, so remember we have two Campbell's. Okay, one is probability 0.1%, okay, 0.01, with the payoff of 100,000, or probability 0.5 to win 2,000. Yeah, otherwise the lose is payoff is 0. Okay, so when we try to get the utility of expected value, so I will call this UEV. So for three possible behavior: risk taker, risk neutral, risk averse, and then we will use polynomial utility function. What's the meaning of polynomial utility function? Come back to the slide earlier in the table, this one. Okay, so if risk averse and risk taker, how about risk neutral? Okay. Utility X equal X. Remember, risk neutral means just straight line. Okay. So when you want to use polynomial function, this is what you will use. Okay. And come back to this slide. So if you use risk taker, you will use what? Square root. Okay. If risk taker, you will use square. Okay. And for the two Campbell problem, the EV is 1,000. Okay. But when you use the utility of expected value, it doesn't change. So it's not so useful to compute the utility of the expected value. Okay. Why? Because again, between A and B, you cannot decide. So in that case, how are we going to use utility theory to make decision? So instead of utility of the expected value, okay, you calculate what is called expected utility. Okay, so how to compute? Okay, expected utility, you compute for its alternative, okay, the utility of the gain. Okay, the utility of the gains, and then you multiply by the probability. Okay, and then that is the expected utility, right? From there, you can get the maximum of the expected utility. Yeah. Okay. So let's take example, the same two Campbell's problem. Okay. What will happen if we use expected utility function? Again, we use the same function of polynomial, okay, square root and x squared. Okay. So if you are a risk taker, okay, in Campbell A, this is the probability multiplied by the payoff, okay, because this is risk taker, so you will use utility function with this square root. Square, okay, and then you sum, okay, you get this value. If you are using Campbell B, again, this is the probability, this is the payoff square, probability times the payoff. Square again is supposed to be, but 0 square is still 0 anyway. So you get this, okay? And then you maximize between the two, because this is very small. So the decision is Campbell A. If you are risk neutral, okay, you just use X instead of square root. Square, you are using X. If you are using risk averse, you are using square root. Is this clear or not? So if you are risk averse, you will choose combo B in this case. If you are risk taker, you will choose combo A. If you are risk neutral, you cannot decide. So if you are risk neutral, it's exactly the same as decision under risk last time. Okay, up to here, you want to practice this or so that you can get it or you already get it. Is there any question? So the point is to not calculate the utility of the expected value. Okay, always compute the expected utility. Is this clear? Okay, so if this is clear, now can you practice this, practice number 5 in the slide? So instead of polynomial function, okay, now you are using exponential utility function. Okay, shape parameter already given, so 5. And then now you have the problem is between certainty and Campbell. Okay, between certainty and Campbell, can you calculate? This one. So I have only 2 problems, yeah? 2 Campbell's problem and then certainty and Campbell. Can you calculate this? Practice.
To 5
Hmm?
is
R
R.
equal to 5, yes,
Oh,
correct. R equal to 5. R is already given in this example.
Can
So,
I try?
please go. Okay, can share your screen.
Is it?
Where? No.
Oh.
We are in different problems, Angelo.
Or-
We are in practice 5 now. So in practice 5, you have comparing between certainty and gamble. Okay. Option A, you have warranty payoff of 60,000. Option B, you have a 50% chance to get 150,000 and then 50% chance of losing 30,000. Okay. Now, you need to calculate the expected utility based on exponential utility function. The one that you showed earlier is about calculating the R, right? So in this example in practice 5, the R is already given 5. This is very similar to decision under risk last week. Okay. Probability multiplied by the monetary value. Yes, Katrina, you want to show?
Yes, Prof.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
This one.
So, correct. So you will get what is the decision in this case? Cost you maximize.
Option A.
Yeah, option A. Yeah. In this case, you will choose option A. Okay. Between 0.999 and negative 200. So you will choose option A. So I hope this is clear. Okay. Anyone want to share screen also? Okay. Very similar to last week, right? The only difference is instead of getting the EV, now you get the expected utility. Okay. Come on, anyone want to share screen, or if you have any problem, I want to help you here. Yes, Genevieve. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. Let me just share my screen. So this is my computation for
Mhm. Yeah, okay.
using
That one is correct. Yes. Right. So very good. Okay. The same like last week, right? The only difference is now you convert into utility, right? The value and the payoff value you convert into utility. That's it. And multiply by the probability and so. Okay. Easy. Good. Yeah. Don't forget to claim your recitation, please. Now let's discuss, okay, another thing, new concept. Okay. This concept is called certainty equivalent and risk premium. Okay. So knowing this concept of certainty equivalent and risk premium, okay, you will be able to create your own insurance company. Okay. So remember, when you join an insurance, they will tell you this is the risk premium, right? What is risk premium? Risk premium is the amount that individual is willing to give up. You need to pay the insurance company to avoid possible risky option. For example, you're joining the insurance for car accidents or for fire, right? Okay, or you want to ship certain things from your place to another place. Okay? That one you join a insurance against some possible accidents or possible loss. So risk premium is the amount, okay, of payment to the you willing to give up to avoid possible risky option. That means certainty and gamble. Gamble is risky, right? So between certainty and gamble. So exactly the same problem like a while ago, certainty and gambles. Okay, but now we want to get the actual how much? Okay, are you willing to pay for that to keep to your insurance? So another concept is called CE, or a certain equivalent. Okay, it's a number that represents the value. Okay, if offer for certain would appear to the decision maker as being a desirable exchange as an uncertain or risky option. So certain equivalent, okay, is the value, okay, that telling you, look, if you join my insurance, I guarantee you this much. Okay? This is the certain equivalent. Okay? So it will appear as if as desirable exchange, okay, against the uncertainty. So in that case, okay, this is the formula, is simple. You already know risk premium, and you know the certain equivalent, okay, and basically CE, certain equivalent, is just EV, expected value, okay, probability times the payoff, like last week, expected value, minus RP. RP is the risk premium. Okay. So, of course, the higher the risk, okay, your certain equivalent will go to the certain asymptotic value. So then you will see this is the risk premium that people are willing to pay to the insurance companies. Okay, this is the concept first. Okay, I will give you the example now how to compute. Okay, so consider a winning situation like this. Okay, say if you join a risky game, you have 20% chance to earn 1,000 or 80% chance to lose 125. Okay, another situation is not to join that risky game. You are sure to earn 75. Okay, exactly the same like a last game with certainty and gamble. Yeah? So option A is gamble. Option B is actually certainty, right? So now, can you calculate the EV of this risky game? Okay, and then can we calculate the certain equivalent and the risk premium? Okay, so the EV, of course, you can calculate 20% of 1,000 minus 80% of 125, right? Remember this? So you have 20% chance to earn 1,000 or 80% chance to lose 125. Okay, so the EV is 100. Okay, the CE is the lowest amount of cash, okay, you would take to join the situation. Right? The CE is certainty. In this case, we already said if you do not join this risky game, you are sure you will earn 75. This is the CE. Okay, and then how to get the risk premium? EV minus CE. Right? So EV is 100, CE is 75. So in that case, you have risk premium of 25. Meaning, okay, this is something that you will give up to the insurance to avoid that possible loss. So up to here, is there any question? Is it clear or not? Can you understand? Okay, give me feedback. What do you understand about CE and risk premium? Can you calculate? Answer first. Do you understand the meaning of risk premium? When you join a insurance, okay, there's a concept what's called risk premium. That means you will pay to the insurance company. Say you have a project, transport project here. Okay, there is possibility of your transport project to be failed, right? Correct. And then you ask the insurance company. Okay. Yes. So the risk premium is the amount of money, okay, you are willing to pay, okay, so that the risk will go to the insurance company. Okay. So, and then the question is how much? Fair. Huh? So you can you know the probability, so you can calculate the EV, right? So in this case, you can also calculate the certainty. The certainty is the one that you get from the insurance, right? And then now you can minus to get the risk premium. Is this clear?
Hello, Prof.
Yes.
What is better, a higher risk premium or lower risk premium?
For whom?
For the risk taker.
From the people. Look at it this way. For the insurance company, of course, they are getting a higher pay for it. The risk premium is the pay to the insurance company. Okay. For you who want your things or your project insured, of course, you want the RP, the risk premium, to be smaller.
I see.
Correct?
Correct.
Right. So that's why the question is for whom? Okay. So risk premium is the amount that you pay, okay, in order to get the insurance will pay you back later on, and when the risky option happen. Okay. If not, you still just pay the risk premium. Clear? So when you understand this, okay, now we can calculate, okay, the disease another way to do decision under utility. Okay. But instead of direct expected utility, we can use certain equivalence as the way to do decision making. Okay. So this is earlier. Yeah. Now, how are we going to compute a certain equivalence? So, given the expected utility and certain utility function, for example, this is the one. Okay, we can also decide the certain cost amount, okay, that is exactly equivalent. Okay, so look at this algebra. Okay, this is the function that given, right? So now we put this value, okay, 1 minus u, okay, and then I want to get the x. Okay, this is the x. And the x is r. It is the risk tolerance. Okay, multiplied by the ln of 1 minus u. Okay, so this is the formula, the derivation of the formula, certain equivalent. Okay, now let's decide. Okay, decision using now certain equivalent. Okay, you will always choose positive CE. Of course, you will always choose higher CE. Okay, certain equivalent, and sometimes may have some amount of error. Okay, and sometimes you can calculate there is a negative RP, okay, risk premium, which is actually associating with risk-seeking behavior. Okay, let's do the practice. Okay. A while ago, we used exactly this problem. Okay, you already calculate. A few of you have share the screen, right? So this is option A, okay, and this is option B. So this is what is this? This is the expected utility. Yeah, this is the original problem a while ago. Okay, so can we calculate the certain equivalent and the risk premium for this problem? Okay, so in that case, we already get this, okay, expected utility. So then you can calculate the CE, yeah, using the formula that we just derived. Yeah. So in this case, we get 57 point something. Okay. Why not 60? While ago was derived from 60. This is probably because of run of error. Okay. And then for option B, this is minus 200. Okay, minus become positive. So you get minus 26. So from here, if you know the CE, okay, then you can calculate the RP, yeah, the risk premium. This is the value of the risk premium. Okay. Now, because CE of A is larger than CE of B, then you will select option A. Okay. So this is how you make a decision based on certain equivalent instead of expected utility. So there is additional steps. After expected utility, you calculate the CE. This is clear or not? Yeah. So we use the constant risk tolerance, right? So what's the meaning of this? This assumption means if we change the gamble by adding a fixed additional amount of money to the decision maker payoff, yeah, in all possible outcome of the gamble, then the certainty equivalent of the gamble should increase by this same amount. Okay. So example here, okay, when you have the CE of A plus B is exactly the same as CE of A plus CE of B, meaning they are actually independent. Okay. So this is like the set theory. Okay. When you have a joint distribution or not. So CE is very interesting because this is like probability. Okay. So as the summary, okay, of this lesson, we just discussed about utility theory, which provide some logical explanation, okay, of seemingly irrational behavior why people buy lottery. Okay, so of course, utility theory itself does not include the timing. Okay, so but if you want to include the timing, you can compute using present value, okay, like last time. Right. So now for this lesson of decision under utility, okay, yeah, we are discussing about different type of decision maker, yeah, and then decision using expected utility and decision using a certainty equivalent. Okay, so those are the main points that we discussed. Is there any question about those? go ahead if you have a question or you have some feedback. So if not, okay, then we can proceed with game theory. Okay, so I want to play games with you, but to play this game, you all must be on it. Hmm. Are you all in here? Okay. Show your camera if you are here. If you cannot, just raise your hand. Are you all here or not? Okay. Okay. So good. Now let's divide the class into two groups, A and B. Is that okay? And then we will play games. Okay. Have you ever heard about prisoner dilemma games? No. Okay. So let's play that. Okay. How are we going to play this game online? So, okay. I will share my screen first. This is just game, okay? So, don't feel bad after you play the games. Okay, promise? Okay, so this is an introduction to game theory. So, can you see my screen? Okay. So, let's do this. So, in this game, okay, the purpose of this game is to reveal your way of thinking through cooperation, competition, trust, and negotiation. Okay, you can choose to cooperate or to betray the other team. So I will create in here. Okay, I will create breakout rooms. Okay, so I will add room 1 and room 2. Okay, so who will go to room 1? Raise your hand. I will click here. 5 of you and 5 of you. We will divide into two groups, A and B, okay, or room 1 and room 2. So, okay, Abi is room 1, Abi, yeah. And then who else? Katrina. And then who else? My my 3. And then who else? Two more. Katrina, Junavi, and Christine. Okay, so and room 2. Oh, not balanced. Oh. One of you should be kicked out from room 1. Who want to join room 2 because too many in room 1. Who will join room? Okay, Christine, I will put it out.
Yes, I
So,
can join room 2,
okay, room
Prof.
2. Okay, go. So I assign already, okay? So in your room, you can discuss among yourself, okay? What is your choice, either X or Y? simple. The game is just choose between X and Y. And we will do, okay, the class is divided, okay, into teams, right? So let's give name room 1 and room 2. And then we will have 8 rounds. Okay. In each round, okay, each team will discuss about what to vote, either X or Y, within your team. You are not allowed to discuss the vote, to discuss the vote between teams. Only at round 3 and 6, okay, the team representative can discuss between teams. Is it clear? So, and then you write the vote in the class. You use paper. In here, you use the chart. Okay. Clear? And then I will record that in my Excel. Okay. So let's do it. Here is the objective of the game and the rules. Okay. For you will get the highest score for your team, so you need to think strategically. Okay. How to win. Okay. The rule of the game is simple. Okay. You can either vote for X or Y, but not for both. Yeah. So one team can in each round choose X or Y only. Okay. Now, if all team vote for Y, no team will get any point. Okay. If all team vote for X, okay, each team will get 4 points. If there is a mixture between the vote, is one team say X, the other one say Y. Okay. Those who vote X will get nothing, but those who vote Y will get 5. Clear? The game is simple. Okay. I hope all of you will participate. Okay, 4. Okay, good. Are you ready?
Sorry, Prof.
Hmm.
I think your PowerPoint is not in presenter view.
Really?
Mhm.
What is my PowerPoint? One is not in presenter view. This one? Is it okay?
Yes, Prof. Yes, it's good, Prof.
Okay. So, okay. Now you can go to breakout room. Okay. How many seconds do you need? 1 minute? 30 seconds?
30, sir.
30 seconds. Okay,
Sir,
go.
maybe 1 minute so we have time to enter
Okay,
and
1
exit.
minute. So go to your breakout room and then come back here to decide whether X or Y. Okay. Okay. First round. Go.
Wait, Prof, I think the breakout rooms are not started.
Oh, really? How
I'm
to
not sure.
oh, not started? How to start?
Wait, I'll try. There. I was able to add
Oh, cool.
rooms already.
Open. Oh, I open all the rooms. Cool. Go. In 1 minute, come back.
Hi, Prof.
Hmm.
Our group. Oh, they're not here. Oh, they're coming.
Oh, okay, come back. So what is your vote? Room 1 is Y and room 2 is
We're also Y.
okay. So Y and Y. Okay. Y and Y. So in that case, you get 0 and 0, right? Okay. So look at this. Now you need to go back to the breakout room for the second round. Decide it better. Can you? Okay. So what will be your decision? 30 seconds at this point, not
Okay.
1 minute.
Okay.
Okay, go.
Sorry, Prof. How can I go back to the breakout room?
Oh, what happened? You are not joined.
I'm in breakout room 1.
Oh, but you did not join.
Wait, Prof. Okay. I saw it. Sorry.
You already joined?
Yes, Prof.
Okay.
Thank you.
Done? Wait until they come back and then you tell at the same time, okay?
Okay, Prof.
Okay, so what's the decision? Room 1, round 2.
Of our group goes Y.
Okay. And room,
Group
the
2
other
is also Y, Prof.
wow. You are very highly competitive. Okay. But because you are highly competitive, what happened is the two of you get 0. Okay, now before round 3, okay, no need to go to the breakup room. So you discuss first, okay, 1 minute or whatever minute that you want is okay. I can allow you to discuss here, okay, openly, no problem. What will be the best decision among you? So you can cooperate, but okay, this is non-binding agreement. Okay, meaning that again, this is just game. Okay, you can agree on something. Okay, but this is non-binding. That means after you make a decision to discuss among yourself all in one class, and then you break up again, and then make decision in the breakup room, and then what will be the decision? You can discuss here, no problem, whatever. So for the round 3 only, what will be your decision? Otherwise you get all 0, right? So no one is the winner, right? So, but okay, go.
Christine.
Hmm?
Christine.
Yes.
The same, you got 0.
Let's choose X.
Mhm.
Anyway, we'll just betray each other later.
Teammates, what do you think? We go on majority vote in our team. That's how we
look
decide.
at this. Look at this. This is
Uh,
non-binding agreement. Okay. After you agree X, for example, when you go to the room, you can still betray. And don't feel bad, okay? This is just game.
If we choose X,
Mhm.
if we agreed on choosing X, we get 4 points. But if one of us betrays the other team,
Mhm.
we get 5 points.
Yeah, the one who betrayed got a higher score. So what's your agreement? Come on.
Well, I think it would be better if both groups really agree to go X
Yeah, of
and
course,
follow through with X.
of course. But after that, you can still betray, right? So can you trust your other group?
I think it's smarter to trust the other group.
Really? Okay. So what's the agreement and non-binding? Huh?
X.
Okay,
X.
so
X.
now go back to your room. Okay, I give you 1 minute again because this is very major decision. Okay, or maybe you need 2 minutes is fine. So okay, go back to your room and then make decision. Okay, whether to betray or to cooperate. This time, don't tell the others. Okay, just chat me. What is the decision? Okay. Room 2, what's your decision? Room 2.
I think they're not yet here, Prof.
Oh, not yet here. Room 2, what is your decision?
Hello?
Yes.
We choose Y.
Okay. So, because you choose Y, so here is your temporary score, X and Y. So, this is, you get, the Y get 5, right? And then
Yes.
X get 0. So, the winner at this point is room 2. Okay. So don't feel bad, okay? This is just game, okay? So you can still revenge. There are still more rounds, okay? So let's do again. Now do better. No cooperation, okay? For round 4, go back to your room. Discuss what will be your decision. Just simple, X or Y.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
How are you going to win? Decide. Round 4. What will be your decision?
Still Y, sir.
You are group 2.
2.
Okay, you are using Y. How about room 1?
I think they're not yet here, sir.
Oh, not yet. Okay. Just to decide X and Y, difficult. Zero, zero, zero. Nice. Zero. Room 1, not yet here. Quite long to discuss. Oh, what is the decision? Room 1.
Y.
Oh, your decision is Y again. So in that case, again, you get 0 and 0. So in that case, the room 2 still winner. Okay. Accommodation is 5, right? Choose better. Okay. Go back to your room. Okay. And make better decision for round 5. Okay, round 5. Think strategically. How are you going to win?
Yes. Yes, Prof.
Okay. So what's the decision?
Y.
Why again? Room. Room what?
Room 1, Prof.
Room 1, sir.
Room 1 is Y. How about room 2? What's your decision, room 2?
It's still Y, sir, from the group.
Okay, so you get another 0, 0. Unfortunately, so that means room 2 still the winner. Okay, so in this round 6, okay, before we go to round 6, again, you can make a agreement. Can you? Okay, among all the groups, between groups, you can make an agreement. Again, non-binding, no problem, but you see, it's so bad, isn't it? Okay, you can always 0. So, you know what is the maximum that you can get in these games?
What, sir?
Oh, 4 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 8, isn't it? But so far you got only 5 out of 120 something.
But, sir, the objective of the game is to get the higher points regardless of the score.
Correct. Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
So I hope you will remember this game forever as long as your life. Okay. Again, you can make an agreement here for round 6. What will be the best?
Group 1, would you like to appeal to group 2?
No, we won't trust anymore.
We don't trust you. We held our end of the agreement.
So
Boys, what are your thoughts?
it just came, okay, don't feel bad. I said in the beginning already and several times. So do you agree to get X?
Um,
Sabi
yeah,
mo.
oo nga, X na. Panalo naman na kayo. Mag-X na kayo. You already,
Maka-
You already won. Just
Mga
give
4
us the
points,
X for the
mga 4
next
points
round.
man lang. Mga 4 points man lang.
Sir, do we discuss again as a group or do we just say the
After
answer?
this, you will go back to your room, okay, and discuss again. This is just common agreement, right? Again, non-binding, okay? After that, you go back to your room and then you can choose either to betray or to cooperate, right?
Yes.
So actually, this is fun.
No, sir, you are the witness.
Ah,
They should.
no, I said
you
already
you
non-binding.
you testify against.
It's non-binding, isn't it? It's
You
just
testify in the court.
So there is
So what?
no real
Yeah,
things here.
yeah. So
Okay.
Christine, well,
Yes.
our last saying would be that just.
Oh, you can
And-
make up to 8, round 8. You can make an agreement up to round 8. So what do you think? Okay. Or you want to agree only round 6? That's also okay.
On 6, they won't listen. They won't listen naman eh.
Really? So
We'll just
when you betray each other, you win, but the society lost.
Yes.
Listen, group room 2.
When someone play hero, okay, the other will win. Yes, of course, the hero lost. So, agree on something? What is the agreement? Oh, I'm just the witness. Okay, no problem. You can
We
persuade.
want to have at least 4 points. So
Okay.
Yeah,
Please
that's
so
forgive
let's
us.
we
so
just
let's
want
just
4 points.
Have mercy.
so let's just go let's choose X for the next round. But
Oh,
it's still up to
agree?
you.
Yeah. So, okay. So, okay, go back to your room and decide. Okay, agree, ma? Okay, what's the decision? I'll just record. Okay. Round 6. Group 1. You want to chat or you just round 6. Oh. Just X or Y? Yes, Abi? You have Y. What? Which group are you?
One.
One. So you know Y. And room 2?
Still group, still Y, sir.
Still Y. So you get 0 and 0. So when you decided Y, you still win. Okay, 5. For round 7 and 8, okay, decide to me, you go to the room and then you tell, decide for 2 rounds immediately. Is that okay? Okay, strategize.
Yes, Prof.
Okay, you tell me round 7 is what X or Y, and then round 8, what is that? And then I will just record. Okay. No more agreement between groups, so just within the group, strategize. Okay, what will be your decision? Okay, so go. You make up your decision.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Group 2.
Group 2. What is the round 7?
Round 7 is X, round 8 is Y.
Wow. Okay. And room 1. They are not here. Oh, they are not here. Room 1 did not. What make you decide to give in?
Actually, sir, technically we still win
Okay.
because we have more points. But our initial discussion yielded that once we reach 10 points, we will give them a chance to get some points.
Okay.
And then another decision point was beyond that, what would be the decision? So there were 2 main decision points that were reached to by the group.
Okay. So, what is the decision for room 1? Round 7 and round 8, tell me. Round 7 and 8, both Y. Okay. So in that case, you get 5 and 0, 0 and 0. Okay, so this is the result. I will show you. Okay. So eventually the other group, which is already winning, okay, they give in to you. Probably feel bad about the betrayal earlier. Right. So okay, so now look at the potential for the society. Okay, what will be the actual value? Okay, if you don't compete that high, that very the behavior here is actually highly competitive. Okay, because the system telling you so, right? Because the scoring, right? Okay, and then what will happen if you actually every one of you choose X? You will get 4, correct? And then another 4, and then multiply by 8, correct? So in this case, you will have 4 plus 4, okay, that is 8, and then multiply all of these, okay, by 8 round. Is that correct? 2 teams. So you're supposed to get 64 for the two of you, but in here you get only 10. So I will have 10 divided by the 64. So the society in this class is only about 16% performance. Okay, so no problem, this is just game. Okay, so but this is explaining, okay, the scoring system matters. Okay, let us play another game. Okay, now we call this trust game. Okay, similar to like above. Okay, but this time I want you to see the rule of the game. Okay, the rule of the game. Okay, trust game. Can you see? It's exactly the same. Okay, to get the highest score for your team. Okay, look at the rule. Okay, you can either put X and Y the same. Okay, and if all team vote for Y, no team get point the same. Okay, and then if all team for X, each team will get 4 points, exactly the same like Rational Dilemma games, correct? The only difference is the last point. Now we reverse. Okay, so if there's a mixture of vote, those who vote for X will get 5. Those who vote for Y will get nothing. Is it clear the scoring? Okay, so come back to your room. Decide for 2 rounds immediately, round 1 and round 2. Okay, decide for 2 rounds
Yes,
first,
bro.
round 1 and round 2. So what will be your decision? Look at the scoring system is different a little bit on the last row. So what will be your decision? Go to your room. And
Hi, sir. Group 2 votes for X for both rounds.
okay, X and X. Group 2, X and X. So in that case, we wait for group 1. What make you decide X?
Almost the same reason as a while ago to get more points.
This time, if you choose X, you get more points.
Yes, sir.
Okay, group 1, what will be your decision for round 1 and round 2? Oh, okay. You get X for both. Okay. So in that case, you get 4 points. Okay. 4 and 4, correct? And then 4 and 4 again. So the two of you get 8 points at this point. So for the round 3, okay, you can discuss among yourself what would be your decision.
Sir, can we see the rules of the
Scoring?
game
Sure,
again?
sure. Hey, the rule of the game or the score?
Yes, the score, sorry.
The score, okay, the
Yes.
score. Here. You get 4, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the total is 8, equal. But nobody is winning, so think about strategy how to make your team win. Right? So round 3, you can cooperate or betray, no problem. Make agreement, non-binding again. So what do you think? Any discussion? You can discuss here in the big group, right? So what make you decide X at this point?
Sir,
Rule
sorry,
1.
may we see the game rules?
The game rules.
Yes. Sir, I have a question.
Go.
We chose X because
Because
I think there's if we don't have a chance to win a point if we ever choose Y.
Good point. Good point. So in that case, for the rest of the round, which one you will choose?
X.
X, right? So we
Yes.
don't need to continue the games. You already know, unless you want to do some, something that is not rational enough, right? So, but if you are rational, so you will always choose X. So, okay, and because you choose X, you will get full mark for this. Everyone will win, okay? And then the society also win, correct?
Yes.
So look at this. This is just simple game, right? Okay. But if you look at this simple game, okay, I will close the breakout room. So what's the lesson that we can think about from this simple game?
Win-win situation.
No, the rule matter, right? How you score the rule matter. So what is this rules and scoring in the real world? Yes, Abhi.
No, sir, I just clap because
Okay,
it just really reflects on how the society is. If the rules are not fair enough for those, especially those who are or are the poorest of the poor, then they'll never win ever.
Right. So if you want to create a society of trust, you need to change the rule. Okay. So this is what game theory is about. Can you see? Okay. Simple game, right? You just play like, you just choose X and Y, right? So, but the meaning is so deep, isn't it? Okay. So in the company, for example, scoring system, performance evaluation matters. Okay. If the performance evaluation encourage you, okay, among the employees to compete each other, what will happen? They will start to betray each other in order to win for themselves. Okay. But if you make the scoring system change so that, it's just simple change in the rule, isn't it? Okay. So that in trust game, what is happening? If you do right things, you get higher score. If you do betray, you get less score. But in the personal dilemma game, it's the other way around, isn't it? Okay. So those who betray get higher score. Can you see that? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Now you start to see. Okay. If you want to create a society better, okay, the strategy is simple. Right? Boring actually. Okay. Right. So why? The things that good, you need to reward. The things that bad, you need to punish. But once this rule does not get hold, what will happen? Okay, people start to betray each other. So what's the problem? The problem is the rule that you set. So one day you will create some company, you will join some company, or you are already in it, right? In the society, the same things. So this is what game theory is about. I hope you understand. So we are talking about simple mathematics. Yeah? Later we discuss the mathematics of it. But at the same time, I hope you can remember this as long as you're like, okay, the rule matters and how you score matters. The comparison between this score matters. So the point now you need to make is how to create your own score in order to make the equilibrium for everyone is win-win. Okay. Are you interested in this game theory? Okay. Okay, so let's go to the actual introduction of game theory slide. So please open in Moodle. Okay. Can you see it? So in this lesson, okay, we will discuss just the introduction. So just talking, okay, what is game theory? What is the objective? What is the assumption? What is the component, okay, of game theory? Have you seen the movie Beautiful Mind? Okay. In Beautiful Mind, okay, you can search in Google. There is a movie. Maybe you can watch. Okay. There is one person named John Nash. Okay. He got Nobel Prize because of game theory. Yeah. So later, maybe next week, we will discuss Nash equilibrium. Okay. So that is come from John Nash. Yeah. So game theory, okay, is called decision under conflict. Okay. So, okay, group decision making is also game theory, but this is cooperative. Okay. So, in game theory, we study how the smart and ruthless people, okay, should act and interact in strategic settings. Okay. The one that we discussed in our class is the simplified version. So it's just one games. In reality, you can make a sequence of games, rather than just one. Okay, so in game theory, we think about a strategic interaction, okay, among rational individuals. So the assumption is everyone is rational, okay, and we have conflicting situation, we have cooperating interests also, right? So now we concern the game theory itself is concerned with the action of decision maker, you. Okay, you are conscious about your own action, that your action will actually affect the other person. Okay, and then you create a strategy, okay, that your action a while ago in your action is just X and Y, right? And then it will affect the outcomes. Okay? And because of that, you will act accordingly, according to that strategy. Okay, so there are two types of game theory. So one is called cooperative game. The other one is called competitive game. In cooperative game, okay, is a game where the player can make a binding commitment, binding agreement. Okay. Again, in cooperative game, it can be without conflict or with conflict. Example of cooperative game without conflict is, okay, the member of workforce, okay, choose to be which is equally difficult task to undertake a best coordination among each other. So this is cooperative without conflict. Okay, you really cooperate. There is possibility of cooperative game with conflict. In this case, for example, during the bargain, okay, if you buy haggle, okay, the one who want to buy, they want the price lower. The one who want to sell, they want the price higher. Okay, so there is a conflict. Okay, but again, because this is just a bargaining, so there is no real war. Okay, so in this case, cooperative game. The second type of the game is called competitive game. So the game that you just played a while ago is called prisoner dilemma. Okay, the story is like there are two prisoners. Okay, when they both deny, okay, they will both get 3 years. If both confess about their crime, okay, they will get say 2 years. Okay, but if one deny and the other one confess, okay, those who deny will get 5 years. Okay, and the other one get say 0 years, when release. And if one confessed and the other one denied, now the situation is the other way around. Okay, so this prisoner dilemma game is non-cooperative game with conflict. Okay, there is also possibility that you have non-cooperative game without conflict. For example, okay, two companies can set up product standard without communication. Okay, so standard, industrial standard is also cooperative, right? So sometimes you will think why certain industry, even though they compete to each other, they will still set up a standard to cooperate in that standard. Okay? Because everyone is having self-interest, but they want to have the newcomers not coming in. Okay? So they want to create oligopoly. Okay? So when we say strategic game, okay, this is the game with this competitive game, okay, non-cooperative. So let's focus on 2 or more players. Remember in decision analysis earlier, okay, under risk, under uncertainty, under utility, only 1 player. Okay, in game theory, at least 2 players. Okay, so and you will have some choice of action. So this is the alternative. Each player will have certain action or behavior, and then each choice will have some outcomes. Okay? So the payoff. Okay, and then the final outcome depends on your strategy. Okay, the strategy is not just based on you. Okay? Unlike the decision analysis earlier, which depends on your choice, in game theory, the final outcome is not just depends on you, but also depends on the other players. In fact, for all players, right? So now that means there is an interdependence, okay, between your decision and the other player's decision. You got it? Okay. So game theory does not include games of pure chance like lottery, okay, or slot machines, okay, where the strategy does not matter. And then the game theory also does not include, okay, a game without strategic interaction between players, for example, solitaire. Okay. So what is the game theory goal? The goal is actually to organize our knowledge, okay, to increase our understanding about outside world. Of course, game theory also have predictive power. Okay, when we said equilibrium, later we will compute. Okay, that is the predictive power. Okay, now to achieve those goals, okay, the game theory postulates certain rules. Okay, according to which individual will act or behave, okay, what is their objective, and then how the rule of the game that they try to achieve those objectives, okay, so that we can derive some prediction, okay. So here is the most important, okay, if any model, okay, the most important is the assumption. In the world of game theory, there exists no mercy, no compassion. Okay? There is only self-interest. Okay. Now, most people care solely about themselves, and everyone knows this and accept this one. Okay. So, for example, yeah, when you say, "Oh, can I have a raise in my salary?" Okay, the employer will never give you a raise because it will be nice thing to do. Okay, you will get raised only if you can convince your employer that it is actually serve his or her interest to give you more money. You got it? Okay. So, implication also, beware that you probably enjoy this lesson, okay? But not because I teach it for the purpose of making you happy, okay? Okay, I teach it to maximize my own payoff. So I don't care in any way about your own welfare, okay? So I'm also having this for self-interest, okay? So again, the second assumption, first is self-interest. The second assumption is rational. So every individual is rational, okay? That means there is transitivity. Okay, if A is larger than B and B is larger than C, then A is larger than C. That is the meaning of rational here. Okay, so look at this. The individual know the strategy is available to each other individual. Okay, they also have complete information and consistent preference about this all possible outcomes, and everyone aware about this scoring. Okay, based on that assumption, then we can decide. Yeah, we can determine what is the best strategy for you. Okay, and then you can implement that. Remember, yeah, when we say rational individual, it is not enough that I know, okay, that my action as well as yours, okay, will affect the outcome. But I must also know that you also know this fact. Okay? So everyone must have in the same pace about the information on the scoring on the payoff matrix later. Yeah. So this is an example, okay, of what is payoff matrix. Okay. Usually in my slide, I give two players. So I will call this row and column. Okay. So player one is row, player two is column. Okay. And the payoff usually, okay, is the payoff for row. Okay. So if we have only one result here, so this is the payoff for row. Okay. So the question is, if row nation use strategy R1 and column nation choose strategy C1, okay, then row nation will fail and column will success. Okay. So this is called zero-sum game, meaning if row win, column lose. Yeah? If row lose, then column win, except they are draw. Clear? So if one win, the other one lost. So in this case, what will be the best strategy for the row and what will be the best strategy for the column? We will compute next week, but today is just introduce all of this. Yeah. Next, okay. Each nation probably does not know what the other nation's strategy, yeah, what information they will select. But we know all these strategies, R1, R2, R3, and C1, C2, C3, and then the payoff. So remember, yeah, in game theory, both players knows this payoff matrix. We use the same rule. Okay, so we assume the opponent also knows all these possible strategies and its payoff. Similar to ours, but from their point of view. Okay. So why we want to learn game theory? Okay. This is important. Okay. By learning game theory, you will learn that even if everyone are totally ruthless, extreme competitive, okay, the logic of game theory will tell that, look, if you put correct scoring, okay, correct rule, selfish people can cooperate and they can treat each other with loyalty and respect out of their selfishness, okay, because they are rational. Right? The two important assumptions a while ago, selfish and rational. Okay. Now you will learn based on your move, okay, what you think about other people will do. So that means you start to think about how, okay, if you think from the other point of view, from the other perspective of your opponent, right? So if your move is actually based on what your opponent might do, okay, and their move is based on what they think you are going to do, then your move will, in fact, be somewhat based on what you think your opponent think that you will do. Right? So, yeah. Think about thinking. Yeah. So game theory have 4 components. So of course, the first one is the player. Okay. The second one is the action, that means the alternative, okay, for each player. The third one is the payoff, okay, the scoring system a while ago. And the last one is information. Okay, so the first one, player. Player are individual or teams, okay, who make decision. Okay, Okay? Each player, the goal is to maximize their own utility, okay, by certain choice of action. Yeah? The alternative is the action. So we assume rational player. Okay, that means they will maximize their utility. Okay? Now, each player will choose their move based on maximizing their payoff, and each player always assume that other player also trying to maximize their payoff. Okay? Sometimes, if you don't have the other player, you can assume the nature as pseudo player. Okay? That will take random action based on certain games. So it is possible that the nature can be a player. Yeah. So this is an example. Okay. So say you are oil company. Okay. Whether the action can be drill or to sell the equipment. Okay. And the other player in this case is nature. Okay. If there is oil or no oil, if there is oil and you drill, you get say 10 million. Okay. If there is no oil and you drill, okay, you lose 7 million. Okay. If you sell the equipment now and there is no oil, you get based on the selling, so you get 1 million. Okay. And if you sell the equipment at actually no oil, okay, you actually lose opportunity of 5 million. Okay, so these are the scoring. Okay, and this is a single player against nature. So it is possible. Okay, the other player is nature. Right. So which strategy is the best? Okay, how to compute we will discuss next meeting. Okay, so the number of player can be many. Yeah, it minimum actually 2, and if you include nature as another player, you can have also 1. Okay, so later on we can also study in group decision making later. Okay, we will do coalition of n players game. Okay. Okay. This is for politics usually. Yeah. Okay. Next is the action. Yeah. The action represent the strategy, the alternative decision, your move. Okay. Of course, the action or the move is this depending on the player. Okay. Can be the same name of alternative, can be different, no problem. Okay. So each player will move without knowing what the other person is going to do. Okay. So, and then the combination of all action of all n players, that will get the result of what they are. Okay. So, unless we specify, okay, let's assume that all players will move simultaneously at the same time. Like a while ago, okay, when room 1, group 1 decide X or Y, okay, at the same time you decide. Okay, the other group also decide at the same time. Okay, so no sequence in this case. When we say strategy, that means the plan of action to maximize your payoff. Okay. If you have only one game, so your strategy is basically to choose among the action, right? But if you have many games, so your strategy can be like decision tree, like a decision tree. And then in game 1 you will choose what, in game 2 what you will choose. If you have many rounds in the same game, you can make a strategy. Oh, in round 7 I will choose X. In round 8 I will choose Y. Okay, those are called strategy. So strategy is the plan for action, yeah, for the game in order to maximize your payoff. Yeah? So the strategy is a plan that is so complete, okay, that it cannot be upset by the opponent action or by the nature. Okay, what's the difference between action and strategy? In simple game, it's just one game. Action is the same as strategy. Okay, So action is observable, strategy is not observable. Okay, action is physical. That means there is things that you will do, and strategy is only mental. So, but when you have many games or round, many round in the same games, then you will devise. Okay? The sequence of action is called strategy. Clear? Okay. Okay. Now, the player strategy is a rule that tells him which action to choose at each instant of the game. Okay. And then the third part is the payoff. Yeah. What is payoff? The consequence. Yeah. So look at this. The payoff can be money. Okay. Can be utility. Okay. It's an ordinal number. For example, it represents some pleasure. It represents some preference, satisfaction, or whatever. Okay. It's an ordinal number. So there are two meanings of payoff here. Okay. Number one is the utility that each player will receive after all players or nature will have picked up their strategy, right? And then the game has been played out. Or the second meaning of the payoff is the expected utility, the EU available, that you will receive as a function of strategy chosen by you or the other player. Okay, so meaning is not immediate, but this is actually an average utility. Okay, the payoff is not necessarily one-time play, but on average when you play many times. Clear? The last one is okay. The outcome. When we said outcome of the game, okay, is actually the set of interesting elements, okay, that you as the modeler pick up from the value of action, okay, the payoff. So that depends on what variable that you think as interesting. Okay. Now we also have the term called equilibrium. What is equilibrium? Okay. Equilibrium in game theory is a strategy combination consists of the best strategy for each end player in the game. So each player choose, for example, player A choose alternative A, player B choose alternative B. Okay, then combination, that means A comma B, okay, that will be the best strategy, that will be the equilibrium. Clear? Okay, so when each player maximize their individual payout, okay, there is no better strategy than this. Okay, that value of combination for all players is called equilibrium. Okay, so that means given an equilibrium, you can actually see or predict what action, okay, about all the players' plan, yeah, the outcome of the games. Okay, so be careful here. Equilibrium is not always exists. When it is exists, is not always unique. Okay, so not always exists and not always unique. So can have several equilibrium point. Okay, sometimes zero, no equilibrium point. Okay, so and then we also divide, okay, the game theory into either zero-sum game or non-zero-sum game. Okay, when we said zero-sum, okay, that means your winning is the same exactly as your opponent loss. So if you win, your opponent lost. If the opponent win, you lost. Okay, that is called zero-sum game. So in that case, if using this simple equality, your winning is equal to your opponent loss. So I will put the right-hand side here to the left. So this will become negative. You see the sum is zero. Okay, so that means your payoff plus your opponent payoff is equal to 0. So if this is the case, then this is called zero-sum game. Okay, this is a competitive game. Say, for example, sport. In sport, when one team win, the other one lose, isn't it? So that is zero-sum game. Okay. So in zero-sum game, at least two players, okay, the sum of the payoff, okay, is 0. For example, in trading, okay, you have three players, trader A, trader B, and the broker. Yeah? The broker always wins. So say if the trader A pay 10, trader B lose 9, okay, the broker will earn 1. So the sum is always 0. Okay, so in zero-sum game, yeah, the characteristic of zero-sum game is something like this. Okay, this is the game payoff. In zero-sum game, you will see only one number in each cell. Okay, so and this number represent the payoff for row. So I will call this Miss Row and Mr. Column because they are players, right? So look at this. The number here represent the payoff for Miss Row. Okay, therefore, this is the payoff for Mr. Column is -4. Here, 5 minus 5. Okay, that means this -5 is for Miss Row. If Miss Row play B and Mr. Column play D, okay, Miss Row will lose 5. Okay, and Mr. Column will win 5. Is it clear? Okay, so when one win, the other one lose. So, and positive here represent the gain, negative here represent the loss. Okay, so this is an example how to compute. Okay, so look at this. When I have this game matrix, okay, Miss Row, okay, will maximize the minimum of the row. So in this case, we will do maximin. Okay, so in each row we'll get the minimum, and then you get the maximum. So in this case, you get 5. Mr. Column will do minimax. That means we'll get the max first for each column and then get the minimum. So see, here between 6 and 5, the maximum is 6. Between 5 and 4, the maximum is 5. And then you get the minimum, it is 5. Okay. For row, you get the minimum first, okay, and then you get the maximum among the minimum. So again, 5. In this case, you will get the when the maximin is equal to the minimums. Okay, so 5 and 5. In this case, there's an intersection. Okay, the equilibrium is here, A, D. Okay, strategy A, D is the equilibrium point. And the outcomes of the game value is 5. Is it clear? If you have any question, you ask. Easy, right? So for each row, you minimize first, okay, and then you get the maximum. For each column, you maximize first, and then you get the minimum. And then check if they are the same, okay, that means you get equilibrium. If they are not the same, you don't get equilibrium. Okay. Now, the next part is you have non-zero-sum game. Okay, the characteristic of non-zero-sum game, in each cell, you have two numbers, not just one number, you have two numbers here. Okay, the first number represents the payoff for row. The second number represents the payoff for column. So X, Y, okay. So this is, so if row select A and column select D, row will get 1 and column will get 1. How about this one? What is the meaning of -1 and +1 here? If row select C and column select F, then Miss Row will get -1, losing. Mr. Column will earn 1. Okay. Can you see the difference between zero-sum game with only one number and non-zero-sum game which we have two numbers there? Again, how to compute next week. Okay, this is an introduction. Okay, of course you can create decision tree based on this non-zero-sum game matrix. Yeah. So you start with Miss Row. Okay. The decision is either top or bottom, and then you go again for Mr. Column. The decision is either left or right. Okay. In this case, now you get the outcomes. Okay, the outcome is this one. So you can create the decision tree. Okay. The last component of game theory is information. What is this? Okay, the set of player knowledge at particular time, okay, of the values, okay, of different variables that the player thinks are possible. So this will distinguish between the value of the variable, for example, the strength of the demand, okay, and the knowledge of what action has previously been taken. Okay. While we don't do much about information in our class, okay, if you want, I can give you the books about that. Okay, but when we discuss about the threat later, okay, you can start to see. So this is an example of what is called non-credible threat. Okay, information will play important role in threat. Okay, this is an example. For example, in the situation of grade school, okay, most grade school teacher actually has self-interest of not informing the parent that the children misbehave. Okay, why? Because it will upset their parent. Okay, and teacher also realized that probably the children bad behavior was mostly teacher's fault. Okay, probably because they don't act like their teacher. So look at the decision tree. The child can choose to behave or not to behave. Okay, say me, here is a teacher, can tell the parent or not to tell the parent. Okay, and then the teacher will threaten the children. If you don't behave well, I will report to your parent. Okay, so this is non-credible threat actually. Why? Because if the children knew about teacher's self-interest, then they will decide not to behave, right? But unfortunately, the children does not know this kind of information about the teacher's self-interest. So when receiving the threat, okay, they will behave. Do you understand the meaning of information in here? Right, come back. So, okay. So you see, player information represent player knowledge at particular time, okay, about certain variables that the player thinks are possible. Okay, so with this, we have, these are the just quote of game theory. You can check on your own. Okay, so is there any question about this game theory? Introduction only, as to theory. Next meeting, we will discuss about zero-sum games, how to model, and possibly non-zero-sum game, less equilibrium. So I hope you can read the slide before the class. It's already there in Moodle. because there are some computation. Probably if you don't read, you any question? Okay, so this week no assignments. Okay. Yeah, please do the last week assignment for those who did not make it. Thank you.
Prof, I'd like to ask the remaining schedule for this semester.
Okay, for this,
How many meetings do we still have?
we have today is 10. Is that correct? 10. So we have 3 more meetings. 3 more meetings. 17, 24, and May 31. Is that correct? So in June, you will have the final exam. So in the last meeting, May 31, you will present the whole project.
Finished project already, Prof, by May 31.
Is that okay?
We will try. Okay, so basically, May 31 is the final presentation of the project, and sometime in June, or the week after, will be the final exam.
That's the schedule in UP, right?
Wait, I'll check.
Okay, so tell me if there is an update. This is what I get from the OGS.
Mhm.
Okay. When is the final exam? I don't know. So it should be first week of June. Is that correct? Can you check the schedule and tell me? Yes.
Sir,
Mhm.
the end of classes is June 1, Saturday,
Hmm.
as per the academic calendar.
Right. So that's why May 31 is the last. So
Um,
so when do you want to have a final exam? Uh, 7? Is that okay? June 7?
Yes, Prof.
Okay. So again in Buddha, so like last time, but this time a little more difficult.
Prof, for this time, only 1 day.
Ah, tell me what you want.
Maybe we'll decide first as a class, Prof.
Okay, so you tell me what you want, so I will try to accommodate you.
Okay, thank you, Prof.
Okay, so
But the coverage, Prof, will be cover to cover, or only the second part?
is it okay if we start from beginning until, or you want from midterm until the end?
Sir, it's fine if the questions are the same from the midterms for the first part. If we'll be having the final exam cover to cover, is it the same questions or
Of course not.
like
Of course not. Right.
Do we have a choice, sir? Or
Yes,
we
you
have?
could discuss by yourself among you first, and then
Okay, sir.
you tell me your decision. Okay, I'll just accommodate your need. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, good. So thank you for today, and see you next week. Okay.
Thank you,
Prof.
Prof.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, Prof.